I'm talking about a massive amount of 12-inch singles, yo. Hip hop and R&B from the 90s, some 80s. No more talk. Let's get into it. Welcome back to Junior's Music Corner. Thank you for joining me. If this is your first time, I appreciate you stopping by. Go ahead and stick around. All right, today I'm going to be going through a massive amount of 12-inch singles that I accumulated over the past couple months. Towards the end of last year, there was a guy out of Georgia selling off a bunch of records. I'm assuming he was a DJ because he had a lot of promos and just a massive amount of 12-inch singles. So I ended up getting a bunch from him one time, and like the first time he had them, they were priced really, really low. The majority of them were $2, somewhere $1.50, and like he had some good name titles as well, and those were some were like 5, some were 10. I did get some LPs from him. I pulled all those out, but I've had these sitting for a minute, and it's time to clean them and get them filed away. But first I wanted to go through them because I still don't even remember what's in this stack. But without further ado, let's get into it, man. All right, so starting off, we got Straight Up Menace, MC8, from the Menace to Society soundtrack. Probably the hardest track on that soundtrack. And one of 8's best songs. Dope. I'm glad I got this. I've been trying to get my hands on this for a while, and I finally got it. I'm gonna try to move fast because there's a lot of records. Heavy D and the Boys, Girls They Love Me, from the Big Time album. Come on, can't go wrong with Heavy D. You know, Heavy's my boy. R.I.P. Heavy. R.I.P. Troy. TLC. What About Your Friends? R.I.P. Left Eye. Shout out T-Balls and Chili. Next, Christian. This is the Full of Smoke single. This was off of their album Ghetto Serrano, and this was the I want to say the only R&B group that was signed to Rockefeller back in the day. This was a dope song. Their album was pretty good too. Next up, Barry White. This is Practice What You Preach. This is some remixes. You know, Barry White dropped that Icon Is Love album in the 90s. It was super hard. A great comeback for Barry White. R.I.P. Barry White. But this song was and still is a very good song. Richie Rich. Do G's Get to Go to Heaven? This was off of his Seasoned Veteran album that was released not too long after Pac got killed, and I believe this was dedicated to Pac. This was a dope one. Glad I got this. Shout out Richie Rich and the Bay. Next up, Big Mike from Rap A Lot. This is World of Mine. This was off of his Something Serious album. Super hard. Shout out Big Mike, the Peter Man. All right, this is the College Boys. This is Victim of the Ghetto. They used to play this song a lot on the radio in the 90s, and it was a pretty good song. What I found out later on that the lead guy in this group, College Boys, is actually a well-known actor now. His name is, I believe it's pronounced Romany Malco. Played Conrad in Weeds. Played in 40-Year-Old Virgin. Steve Harvey's Think Like a Man. Great actor, but it bugged me out when I had went back and I saw the video, and I was like, dang, that's Conrad. But this is College Boys, Victim of the Ghetto. Dope song. Next, Fifth Ward Boys. This is PWA featuring Willie D. This was off of the Usual Suspects album. Dope album. Fifth Ward Boys, out of Texas. Dope group, hard group. And this was a banger song. Willie D had a dope verse on it too. Next up, Ice Cube's Greed and Mac 10's Get Your Bang On. This was on the gang related soundtrack. I bought this strictly for Cube's Greed song. When I had first heard it back in the day, I thought it was a very dope song, and Cube brought it. Next we got Mobb Deep. This is Getaway. The music, the beat for Getaway was super dope. And I want to say this was off the Infamy. Yes, the Infamy album. I wasn't the biggest Mobb Deep fan. Of course, like they made good music. Yeah, but I think Infamy was the only Mobb Deep CD that I had bought back then. But I like this song, so I'm glad I picked that up. Next up is Phil Mob. This is Sick of Being Lonely. This was a pretty big song for them. And okay, this Sick of Being Lonely featured a singer named Torica. And the crazy thing is, me and Torica went to high school together. So when this song came out, we knew, like, Phil Mob, I want to say this was off Rooted to the Tutor album. I want to say that was their second album. So we were on Phil Mob already, and they were dope. But when this single came out and the video came out, and everybody, like, from where I'm from was like, oh snap, you see Torica in the Phil Mob video? So that was pretty dope. Shout out Torica. Shout out Phil Mob. Next up, this is Goody Mob. This is Soul Food. And this is, there's some remixes up here. Nah, not too much to say about Goody Mob. You already know. Tony. This is Whatever You Want. You know, recently, Dwayne Wiggins passed. R.I.P. Dwayne Wiggins. Shout out these boys. Shout out Raphael Sadiq. Some classic right there. Next is Tila with Show Enough, featuring 8Ball and MJG. Massive club banger back in the day. Still, this one goes super hard. Not too much to say. Tila, Show Enough. Speaking of 8Ball and MJG, this is Space Age Pimpin'. Dope album. A dope song from a dope album. And I'm glad I got this one. Like I say, I'm trying to get through them because there's a lot. This was Shaq. This is You Can't Stop the Rain album sampler. It's got Still Can't Stop the Rain featuring Biggie, No Love Lost with Jay-Z and Lord Tariq, Game of Death featuring Rakim, and Best of Worst featuring Peter Guns. Shaq. They say Shaq's the best NBA player, rapper. What do y'all think? He's really the only one I've heard. I know Allen Iverson did some rhyming back in the day, and I heard got him in some trouble, but I've never heard any of his music. And I know Kobe did some music, never heard that, and Chris Webber. But you know, Shaq's first album, that Shaq Diesel album, when it came out, I want to say it went platinum. And you know, I Got Skills, produced by Def Jeff, was a super banger. But shout out Shaq. Next up, Usher, Call Me a Mac. This is from Poetic Justice soundtrack. This is the first song that I've ever heard by Usher, and it was a pretty good song back in the day. Next up is Mr. This is Blackberry Molasses. If you don't know this song, and if you've seen the Tupac biopic, towards the end when him and Suge are in the car on the Vegas Strip, and Tupac puts the song on, he's like, Suge, listen to this. That was Blackberry Molasses by Mister. This was the little four-man young guy group that Bobby Valentino came from, and this was a super dope song. This is actually a remix. This single has remixes of this song, but I did actually pick up the regular versions of Blackberry Molasses because the song is so dope. Shout out them boys. Next up is Eazy-E. Just to let you know, what the B-side is the M&F and Real featuring MC Ren. This is straight off the Streets album after Eazy had passed, and the beat for the M&F and Real with Ren was so hard, and I was glad that I found this and got it at such a cheap price. R.I.P. Eazy. Shout out Ren. DRS, Gangsta Lean. The 90s, man. This was a funeral song, basically. An R.I.P. song for all your homies that you lost and whatnot. Dope song. DRS was they was pretty good. Next, DLC. This is Return of the Living Dead. This was Doc trying to, make a comeback. His voice was extremely different than his first album. This was after the wreck, and he did his best. Doc still had the rhymes, but it wasn't the same. And this was from the Helter Skelter album. All right, next is C Murder, and this is Down for My Homies. This was a hit back in the day in the club. Back in the day when me and my homies would be in the club. If this song played and we weren't like together, it was always you look up, get that eye contact, and make sure everybody's straight in case something pop off. And at times the DJ would not play this song. There was a few songs like the DJ would not play because the club was gonna get towed up, like Bout It, Master P, Bout It, Mystical's Here I Go, songs like that, them super crunk songs. Yeah, the DJ was like, not tonight, But shout out to C Murder. This was a dope song. Next is Above the Law. This is Black Superman. Dope song. The production on this one is a super banger. This came off of the album Uncle Sam's Revenge, which is super rare and hard to get. But I'm glad I picked this single up. This is the one with the obviously generic cover and the hype sticker. But they did put this out as an official single with and there's a picture sleeve. But glad I got this one. Next, CJ Mack. Man, CJ Mack, this is Powder Puff. This is off the True Game album. Excuse me. That was put out by Rap A Lot. I do have a copy of that album. This was one of my favorite songs. CJ Mack putting it down. Shout out to them. Him and Dub C was doing a podcast. All right, one of my favorite groups, The Coup. This is Taking These promo. Shout out Boots Riley, E-Rock, and R.I.P. Fam the Funksters. One of my favorite groups. Next up, Arrested Development, People Every Day. Classic. Shout out Speech. Dope. All right, next. Okay, I meant to pull this out. This is not a 12-inch, but I'll show it anyway. This is Goody Mob Soul Food, but this is double LP. This is the instrumentals from the Soul Food album. Dope. Had to pick that up for the Lolo, but it wasn't supposed to be in this pack, this stack. Next, Mac Mall. Get you some Get Right. Shout out Mac Mall, repping the Bay. Okay, I guess I was supposed to meant to pull this out too. This is Set It Off soundtrack. Double LP, this was dope too. Pick that up for the Lolo. India Irie, Brown Skin, dope song. Shout out India Irie. Can't go wrong with that one. Hey, okay, there's another LP in here. Pull that out. I won't share that one. Sugar Tea. And this is Recognize. Sugar Tea from the Click, repping Vallejo. This is E40's sister. Shout out Sugar Tea. Next, Diggable Planets, Nickelback of Funk. Right, I think I got this for like $1.50, man. And like I was saying, he had the 12 inches were priced really, really low. In that first round, I bought a bunch of them, and he still, like, there was still a lot left, a lot listed. And when I went back, he must have realized, like, he was sitting on some stuff, and the prices, everything had went up. So the records that were like $1.50, $2, they were $5, and then your $5, $10 records were $15 and $20. But I'm glad I got that first round for the Lolo. Next up, Robert Kelly. This is Feeling on Your Booty remixes. Shout out all. Fushnickens. True Fushnick. Fushnickens were pretty good back in the 90s. And, we spoke on Shaq. Shaq was a Fushnicken. The first time I heard Shaq rap was on Fushnicken's What's Up, Doc? And Shaq's name was Shaq Fu. And, all of these, they're Fushnickens, but they were all Fu, like, Chip Fu and all of the Fus. Shout out Fushnickens. Them boys. Run DMC, Down with the King. Super hard. The production was by Pete Rock, and they thanked Pete Rock. They say Pete Rock had saved them with this song. But this was dope. R.I.P. Jam Master Jay. And this was a dope video. Like, so many cameos in this video by all the rappers. It was dope. They came out and supported the Kings from Queens. Next, AMG. I Want to Be Your Hoe. Back with Just Better Have My Money. Throwback. A lot of people think that Rihanna came up with that, but no. This is AMG. Next, CC Peniston. Keep on Walking. Classic. Shout out CC. Uncle Sam, I Don't Ever Want to See You Again. I don't know if it was Boyz II Men as a group that put him out, or it was just Wanye. But this was a pretty good song, and he had a pretty good album too. That album Uncle Sam put out was good, but shout out Uncle Sam. Okay, these I did not get from that guy. I actually picked these up this past weekend. It's another The Coup. This is Not Yet Free. 12-inch. I picked this up from my local record store. That and this. This is this is taking these. I actually showed the Coup taking these 12-inch a few records ago. But I found this in there. This is a test pressing test pressing of taking these. So I thought that was pretty dope. I picked that up for $6. All right, Juvenile, Wacko, and Skip, UTP. This was Know Your Clap. Well, this has the Know Your Clap remix. The original Know Your Clap, I believe, was just Wacko, and they did the remix, and Juvie and Skip got on it. And it also has What's Up on the B side. They had a tough album. That UTP album was hard. All right, next, Illegal, Who Gets Busy. Young guy group who you know, they dissed Crisscross when they came out. Music Soul Child, Girl Next Door, off the I Just Want to Sing album. Dope. Shout out Music Soul Child. All right, this is Devontae. They say this was on the Dangerous Minds soundtrack. This was Devontae from Jodeci's song Gin and Juice. It's a pretty good song. If you go back and watch that video, Genuine is in it before, you know, Genuine had came out and started popping. And Stat Quo, who, you know, they were all down with, well, he was in the group Player. They were all down with Devontae and the Swing Mob, along with Timberland and all of them. But it was a pretty cool song. Next, Georgia's Own, Camouflage. This is Cut Friends. For those that don't know, Camouflage, he was killed back in the day, but his daughter now is making huge noise. She plays basketball. She goes by the name of Flage. You can see her on a lot of ads that be popping up. And she was on the Rap Game, the little show with that Jermaine Dupri when he was trying to find new artists, along with Lotto. She was on that show as well. But this is Flage's dad, Camouflage, Cut Friends. This was a huge song back in the day. R.I.P. Camouflage. Christian again. This is another Full of Smoke with generic and just a hype. I showed this record though already. This is a well, they were both promo. The other one has a stamp, but there's a white label promo. All right, next, Onyx, Throw Your Guns. First song that I heard from Onyx, and it was hard. We down here in the South, and them bald head dudes in that video talking about throw your guns in the air. It was a super hard song. Shout out them. R.I.P. DS. I know Big DS had died. Shout out Stick and Fredro and Sonny Caesar. All right, another Fu-Schnickens. This is Ring the Alarm. Shout out them Foos. All right, Styles. This is Styles P. This is Gangsta and a Gentleman and Ama. 12-inch from Gangsta and the Gentleman album. It's a dope album. Shout out Styles P and the Locks. Monica, Don't Take It Personal. Just One of Them Days. Still a classic song. Shout out Monica. We're getting there. Still got a few. Another one with Shaq. Biological Didn't Bother. Where he samples CL Smooth from They Reminisce Over You. It took me from a boy to a man, so I always have a father when my biological didn't bother. This was dope. Shout out Shaq. There's some remixes on this. Next, Mystic. This is The Life. Mystic from Out of the Bay. I showed her album before, and from that album, and Nah, this was a dope track. Shout out Mystic. Sir Mix-a-Lot. Put him on the glass. Grew up with listening to Sir Mix-a-Lot, and I don't threw that one in there. Shout out Sir Mix-a-Lot. The J.R. Ewing of Seattle. Jazz Jeff and the Fresh Prince, sometime 98. Dope. You know, Summertime was on the Home Base album. Public Enemy, Brother's Gonna Work It Out. One of my favorite Public Enemy songs. The video always takes me back to my childhood. Shout out P.E. All right, this is SIBO, Money by the Ton. Heavy D, Can You Handle It? Featuring Big Bub and some Big Daddy remixes from the Waterbed Hev album. All right, Young Bloods. This is Shake 'Em Off. This song was super tough too when it came out. That first album by Young Bloods, Against the Grain. That was a super hard song. You had 85 on it, U-Way on it. Dope. Shout out J-Bo, Sean Paul. Spice One, Dump 'Em in Ditches. Dumping 'Em in Ditches. Shout out Spice One. East Bay Gangster. All right, a few more. All right. PM Dawn, Die Without You from Boomerang. Everybody knows that song. There's maybe two like PM Dawn songs that live forever, and that is one of them. Luke, I Wanna Rock from his first solo album. That Miami bass, what we used to refer to as booty music. And you cannot go to a party without hearing Luke. All right, Kid and Play. It's Fun House. I know I rock with Kid and Play. Now this is Too Hype. This is Dead Prez, When Mama Cries, and F the Law. This is off of the Get Free or Die Trying mixtape. Shout out Dead Prez, you know, they're my guys. All right, next up, we got Warzone by Pete Rock featuring Dead Prez. Robert, your body's calling. X to the Z, Exhibit, it's Paparazzi, super classic, super dope song. Finally got a copy of No Nose Job. I've got the No Nose Job remix. I've got 2 copies of that 12-inch, but I did not have the regular one. But I'm glad I picked this up. RP Shock G. Next, Crisscross Jump. This is a European pressing. Jump, come on, man. Another Crisscross. This is Mr. Bus. This copy is still sealed. RP Chris Kelly. Another Crisscross, Warm It Up. And All Right with Super Cat. Woo! All right. Now the last few, some of those have been clean, but the amount from the beginning, those I'm going to begin cleaning and filing away and deciding, if I'm going to keep all of them. But anyway, if you made it this far, I truly appreciate you. If you are not, could you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. If you want to share it, share it. And till next time, man, I am out of here. Peace.